Hey, this is Mr. Tush over at Global. We're going to take a look at this game called the Timing Game. And you're going to get this game and you're going to have to make some adjustments to it. And hopefully you'll be super creative about it. And what'll happen is I'm going to hit this green arrow and this silver arrow sprite, the right arrow sprite, is going to start going on this pathway where it goes from the bottom of the screen to the top and then cycles back down. And she keeps saying miss. And the reason she keeps saying miss is I'm not doing anything. What I'm supposed to do in this game, and of course there's no directions, but I'm supposed to use my right arrow key, and when the silver arrow is completely within the black, I hit the right arrow key. And if I get it completely in the black, I will be perfect. If I hit any orange, I will get a good. If I hit the turquoise, I will get poor. If I miss it entirely, as you know, she will say miss. So let's try. Perfect means I got all black. Poor means I got some turquoise in there. Good's actually some of the hardest ones to get. You're usually trying to get really, there you go. You get the general idea of how that works. So I'm going to hit stop, and that's how it works. Now, here's how the logic follows. Let's take a look at this sprite first. This sprite, when the green flag is clicked, you hit go. It goes in a forever loop, and I'll show you what it's doing. It's going in a forever loop, and it's changing the Y, which is the up and down, like a yo-yo, the Y, by a +2. So it's going up 2 steps, very small increment. And it's waiting 0.002 seconds. It's a very small amount of time, to 1,000ths of a second. And if the Y position hits 150, then it sets Y to -200. What does that mean? It means the Y, remember, is up and down. And the Y gets to 150, which is way up here. Then it sets it to -200, which actually pulls it off the screen at the bottom. And then it broadcasts this thing called miss. We'll talk about the broadcast in a second. When the right arrow is pressed, if it is touching the turquoise, then it sets Y to -200. It starts over and it broadcasts a poor. Otherwise, if it's touching the orange, it sends the Y back to the bottom, or it sends the sprite back to the bottom, and it broadcasts a good. If it's touching black, then it sets Y to -200 and it broadcasts perfect. Otherwise, if you don't touch it, it broadcasts the miss again. And this is a wonderful example of a nested algorithm, or an algorithm within an algorithm that really does make decisions for you. It evaluates the user's response. Your job is to take this game and make it more interesting, but your game, when you're done, has to have the following attributes, and you'll find this on the class website. The game must work. There has to be 3 or 4 timed sprites. The user uses a timer to call done, so you're going to integrate your timer from the last lesson. So the game runs for a certain amount of seconds, and when you're all done, the game tells you it's done. It should keep some kind of score, and it should give the user some kind of feedback about how well they time their button pressing. As you can see, we're getting feedback. I'll play this game once and say I got feedback of perfect. It's going to give the user feedback like it does here in perfect. How does this work? By the way, you can take a look at it. This is where the message this sprite sends is received by this sprite, and that's how you're getting your feedback. So you have to give the user feedback. It has to have a help screen with directions. This game here has no directions, so you got to somehow or other include some directions. The game resets when the green flag is clicked, just as you see here. Once I do that, when the green flag is clicked, nothing happens. You have to have it reset the game. The game stops when it's over. It tells the user when it's over. The game keeps track of how many perfects in a row. That's kind of a cool thing. And somehow or another, you need to have levels. So this game needs to get harder. An easy way to do that, perhaps, is to look at your timing here. And maybe with each level, you can have the game get a little bit tougher. You'll broadcast message and level 2 and have the game move just a little bit faster to make it more challenging. So that's going to be the requirements. You're going to have at least a day to work on this. And best of luck to you. Thanks for watching.